People think Panda Express is disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with those people.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date right now. Bye! I'm like the one who gets kidnapped in every movie and probably dies. Alright, you ready to do this?
We're doing it.
Hey everyone, this is Michelle from Enjoy Slow, and this is...
I'm Ray.
My husband. So anyway, yeah, yes you are. Okay, so today we're gonna be doing our first mukbang, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this because Ray and I actually really love to eat, so this is an excuse for us to gorge ourselves. We just bought the Panda Express $20 family meal. And
Does all of this fit in the camera?
It does, and I went kind of extra, and then I got a large serving of the cheese ragoons, which we're like crazy about. Today we've got some orange chicken, we've got the Angus beef, and we've got maple honey, the walnut shrimp. I've got the chow mein, and of course Ray's favorite, the fried rice. So let's get started. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten today, so I'm thrilled. And let's see. So it's kind of funny that we're doing Panda Express. We're doing like a mini mukbang because we've never done this before. And Ray...
What does mini mean?
It just means like it's shorter.
It's a lot of food.
I don't know. I feel like we're gonna eat more.
I don't know. I always eat a lot.
Ray and I actually moved here because of, not really Panda Express, but it was kind of the catalyst to us coming here.
It was entirely Panda Express.
Okay, entirely Panda Express. So.
Oh no! Did they give us any of the little honey stuff for that?
No,
the
they
orange
didn't.
sauce?
They
didn't.
didn't.
You always had to ask for the sweet sauce.
I'm sorry, whatever. I think you can find something in the fridge.
I can probably use my spicy ginger one. I'll be back. As the stuff that comes from Panda Express.
So anyway, we moved here to the Central Coast because we were trying to get orange chicken one day, and it was about 8 miles away. We were living in downtown LA and it was in Pasadena, and I just really wanted orange chicken. The one in LA was closed, so we decided, okay, let's go there. And because of the traffic, it took, not kidding you, 2 hours round trip to get the orange chicken. By then we were so pissed.
And it's only like 5 miles. It's not far at all.
It just said it was 8.
Was it 8 miles? Whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear. It's like really close.
I've Googled it so many times. Anyway, so basically we ended up like looking at each other in the car and we're like, dude, we gotta leave LA. So we moved here not knowing one thing about the Central Coast. We'd go to Pismo Beach at least like once a year to celebrate our anniversary.
And we've been to Paso before.
I know, but like usually we just come up to the Central Coast once in a while to just...
Yeah, like once a month.
Yeah, we didn't understand the culture of what we're really getting into.
Well, no, we didn't have any friends or family here. We just moved.
Yeah.
We just literally bought the cheapest house in the Tuscadero, and we're like, we now live here. That's it.
This is so good.
People think Panda Express is disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with those people.
I love Panda Express. It just makes me so happy. I know it's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I try to eat like, for the most part, healthy.
Yeah, we've been eating healthy all week.
But I mean like, this is one of those days I really...
What do you mean, how could Panda Express not be healthy? There's broccoli in the steak. See?
What?
It was broccoli.
I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? Yeah. Ah. So good.
It is.
I've been craving this a long time. I haven't had it since the beginning of the pandemic.
I don't think I was craving it until you mentioned it. I was like, I'm in.
Oh my god. Oh.
This works really well. This is my favorite thing in the world.
Got my Dr. Pepper. I don't like to drink out of a can. It's too spicy. Kind of hurts. But I love it so much. Yum. It's kind of been weird with the pandemic. We've been managing to keep ourselves pretty busy. We even celebrated our 10-year anniversary just like what, 2 days ago? We didn't do anything.
3 days ago. Yeah, we did. We had sushi.
We had sushi. Oh, good.
It's like a huge celebration in pandemic time.
And for those who don't know, Ray and I met online 10 years ago, and back then it was almost taboo, like still kind of frowned upon. Just a little bit. It was coming out of that phase.
Whatever. You're just surrounded by old people.
So anyway, I'm coming home from San Francisco, and
So she was on a date with another boy. And wasn't it Sacramento? I don't remember. She was up north with another boy, and she had to, you know, she had to pencil me in to fit around the other dates.
So I was talking to Ray. He was a great conversationalist by email. And yes, I was dating someone in San Francisco at the time, and he introduced me to his parents, and I thought that was like really great. I actually had more fun with his parents than him, so I thought that was kind of weird. But
hey guy, if you're out there watching this,
I would hate it. I'm so sorry. I'm just being real.
We didn't say his name. I don't even know his name.
If he ever were to see this, I'm just saying.
It'd be hilarious.
I thought it was gonna be like, you know, something, and then he takes me to the airport and he hugs me goodbye, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, after we've been together almost like a week, I meet your parents, I'm like at your house, and you hug me goodbye. So I was like, you know what? Peace the fuck out. So anyway, I schedule a date with Ray, and I'm flying out, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to meet you.
To be fair, I was scheduled like 5 days before
I think so. Maybe I already scheduled him. That sounds like me. I'm pretty prepared like that. So I end up flying into LA. I get home, drop my bags, and then my dad's there. He's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date right now. Bye! My dad mentions this comment, and he's like, you never introduced us to any of these guys. And I was like, okay, well, whoever, you know, this next one who's coming, you can just meet him. Like, I didn't know if he was gonna last. I'm like, whatever, like, my parents want to meet some random dude, so be it. So Ray comes to pick me up, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna meet my dad, and you could see on his face, it was like, what the heck? Weren't you scared?
Yes. What? Why do you meet someone's parents on a first date?
I
didn't even think we had like a phone conversation at that point. I think we just had our online messages from Plenty of Fish. So yeah. You blindsided me.
Yeah, totally blindsided. I'm like, okay, you're coming in. You could see, he was like, what's going on? And then my dad's in the garage with our Jindo, which is kind of an aggressive dog. So I was surprised. I didn't expect our Jindo to be in there. And what ended up happening?
That's where your Jindo lived.
Okay, so I go in, my dad's like, oh, hey, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is Ray, and I see Ray petting my Jindo, and I'm like, holy shit, like, this dog's gonna bite his hand, and it's gonna ruin my first date, so I'm like, okay, we gotta go, let's go, and I'm like freaking out. My dad
did not bite me.
The Jindo didn't bite him, which was great.
Why?
But I don't know, I guess Ray's like awesome, but so it didn't bite him.
said something nice about me.
And then like I scurry off, and my dad's looking at me like, what the hell, you know, is going on? Then we go on our date, and we ended up going for Japanese food nearby, and it was like weird. Like, Ray was so like weird.
I'm just quiet. I would ask you a question, and I would let you talk. You're good at talking. I'm not good at talking. I'm good at listening.
Talkative today.
Well, I've got 10 years of practice with you.
So he's staring at me the whole time.
It's not staring.
Yeah, you were staring.
I was inquisitively listening.
Yeah, staring. And it was just like weird, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is a freak. Like, I don't know if he left the house or what. So it was like over for me halfway through the date.
Anyway, after the Japanese place, which was not very good food, that was pretty much the end of the date. And for some reason, while we were driving back to her house, we started to have a regular conversation.
A normal conversation.
Probably because I was driving, so that way I couldn't concentrate so much on her words. Like, it was just like a normal conversation versus me contemplating. And Michelle was smart enough to be like, hey, do you want to like go somewhere else? And then I said yes. So
gotta help a man out once in a while.
So I asked her on our first date, and then Michelle luckily asked me out on our second date at the end of our first date.
That's very confusing. Anyway, it's all one date.
Whatever.
I just tried to help him, like,
it lasted
so I
like
didn't.
6 hours. It was multiple dates.
We ended up, going out for 6 hours. We went to.
Could have been longer. No, I think it was longer.
I know it was longer.
Yeah.
Because we started at 6 at night. I came home at 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, so we go to. I really wanted to bring him to Royal Tea, which is a tea house it's closed now, but it was in LA, very trendy. And I got completely lost, like didn't know where the heck we were. We were driving for a long time and we were in traffic before that. So Ray did not lose his patience. He was calm the whole time. It was really nice because I was like, oh man, this date's over. Like I'm totally blowing it. He's gonna be so angry. And Ray was really calm and patient the whole time, and we had good conversation. So I was like, oh crap, let's just go back to Santa Monica. And I saw Father's office, so I decided, okay, let's go to Father's office and we'll get some drinks there and just hang out a little bit. And Father's office, great burger spot in Culver City, really social ambiance, and it has community seating. So we sat at a community table and then ended up with another couple who was on their first date. But I'm pretty friendly, so I just acted like I knew them, and the dude was pretty friendly, so he acted like he knew me. And then Ray and the other girl were like, what the fuck's going on?
We were just playing this game.
Yeah, but we were just like, we're just playing it up and talking, and then Ray, like, we left and he was like, do you even know them? Like,
why are you talking to strangers? Weird.
I love strangers. I don't care. I like people.
God.
I'm like the one who gets kidnapped in every movie and probably dies, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They'd be like, hey little girl, do you want some candy? And I'm like, okay.
You just climb right in the back of the van.
Yeah, I'm like, open the van up.
I like literally said like murder van, and you'd be like, I'm going in.
Oh God. Anyway.
They've got an Ensamada, yay.
I wanted to karaoke and kind of test Ray out a bit.
Oh man.
And we end up at the Gaslight.
I think it's closed now, isn't it?
No, that's still, I think, open. I mean, technically it's closed because of the pandemic, but anyway. We are singing, and Ray was like a good sport. We ended up singing to Blink 182, and we did so bad. They paid for our shots, which was great. And then by then I was so tipsy.
What was the other song we sang though?
I don't know. I just remember. Oh, I sang Sweet Caroline. That's like my thing.
That is not my thing. I didn't even know the song.
Yeah, you didn't know the song. So I sang it, but we sang Blink 182 together.
I know that.
And then we went to Circle Bar, which is my favorite hangout spot. The ratio is always off. There's always so many guys, and then there's only a few girls. The best spot. It's probably like crazy now, but it's free, no cover. It's on Main Street in Santa Monica, so we end up partying there. And I learned Ray has this like really cute two-step, and I learned later that's like his only step that he knows. So we had a good time there, and then went to Santa Monica Pier, and he held my hand for the first time, and we kind of like just walked the boardwalk. And then I got hungry, so I brought him to my favorite hole-in-the-wall pizza place called Italian Express near UCLA. It's like in the back where Denny's is. But yeah, we had pizza, and by then it was like 2 in the morning-ish, and then we had to get back, so I got dropped off like at 3 a.m. And then Ray kissed me on the forehead, and I was like, what the heck is going on?
Michelle just could not get kissed.
I was like, aren't you gonna make out with me? Like, what?
Nope. I'm a gentleman.
I was like, man, this date must have sucked or something. Anyway.
No, I would have got rid of you a long time before that. I would have just like left you at the pier. Because remember, you wouldn't use the bathroom at the pier. Mm-hmm. And if you were a bad date, I would have just ran away.
Rude.
I wouldn't have really run.
So rude.
I feel like I might have though. I don't know how I would have handled having a bad date. Not really thought about that. Married you.
Well, anyway.
Success.
I got home. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I had this date. Like, this is the one. And I know it's the one because literally, when you date in LA, you're literally dating some of the garbage of the earth. And when you see a good thing, you just can't miss it. Like, you just gotta snatch it. And Ray was like, he's not perfect, but he was pretty.
So out of all the crap that she talked on earlier, now I'm perfect. I think that's the entire point of this thing. We can now end it. Done. We end it on this positive note.
So, I wake up, it's 6 in the morning, my mom's getting ready for work, and I'm like, Mom, I just met this guy, I'm like, this is the one, like, if I don't marry him, like, the universe is, like, all messed up, and she's looking at me like, you crazy. And then Ray visited me at work the next day. It was Cinco de Mayo, I couldn't go out, so he brought me lunch during night shift, and then he visited me the next day, and I told my friends, I was like, oh my god, like, I just want to let you know, I met the one, and everyone's like, Michelle, like, you've been dating for so long, like, are you sure? And I'm like, I am so sure. I know. And no one believed me, whatever, I get it, like, but I knew.
She knew.
And, I don't know how it happened, we ended up planning to go to Napa the next week.
It was, on Cinco de Mayo, I think, or the day after. It was either like the next day or the day after. We were like, hey, let's go on a little road trip. Let's go away for a couple days. And then you were like, okay, well, we can do that, but now you need to meet everybody in my family.
Yep.
So we went to Thai barbecue, her dad's favorite place.
It's in Northridge.
Everybody at that table looked at me. And I'm pretty sure they were all confused as to why there was a white person there. And then they all spoke in Tagalog. I'm pretty sure they were talking shit about me. I have no idea. It was awkward. What was everyone talking about?
Nothing. I don't remember.
Were they all like, why is this guy here? Because that's what I would have been saying. If
no, I think they were just talking to me.
If I could speak in another language and I was with my family and this random brown Filipino girl was with us, I'd be like, hey guys, whoa. Why
when I met his family, they called me a jalapeno. And I'm like, what? Jalapeno?
It's not their fault. Martha didn't know what a Filipino was.
I don't know jalapeno.
We're from a very little area.
Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. And then he had to meet all of my family and friends. So everyone dear to me, he had to meet right away. Because, you know, in our culture, in the Philippines, it's kind of like, well, if you know the family, how can you hurt, like, the person? You know, and take advantage of them. So that was, like, the mindset behind it. And Ray was a trooper. He met everyone. And then we had a great time in Napa. And here we are, 10 years later.
Yep.
Traveled the world together. It's amazing.
I'm full now.
I'm not. And
I ate a lot, though. I just kept eating.
But you know what I don't know? Like, with these mukbangs, like, I never finished to the end. Like, do they finish all their food and they, like, clean up, or?
Want me to Google it?
Nah. I think this is good for our mini mukbang. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to continue eating because I'm freaking hungry. And if you want to watch our official mukbang where things are a little more organized, this is like our test mukbang.
Is it mukbang?
There's different ways to pronounce it. But since this is like our mini one, the next one we're going to do is going to be a ginormous amount of Filipino food. Like all the essentials. And I bought 24 ensaymada straight from LA. It was just shipped here yesterday. So if you would like one, I have probably a dozen to spare. Leave a comment below and I will hook you up with one. I will, if you're in SLO County, I will take it to your home and stick it in your mailbox. They are the bomb. Ensaymada is
They're really good.
It's a Filipino brioche. They're handmade and they're individually wrapped in plastic. They're good, right? How would you describe it as a Caucasian
like little, dude? Yeah, as a Caucasian dude, I like that. Think of like a better version of a cupcake. These are a better version of a cupcake. It's like soft, kind of Hawaiian bread with better donut topping. So it's a combination of a donut and a cupcake. The best parts of all of the desserts put into one. At least these ones are. I don't know what the...
These are good.
What the non...
I vouch. I'm Filipino, so I can say it.
This is what the Filipino ones taste like, though?
Yeah. We have different flavors. We have cheese, ube, red velvet, cheese. Cookie.
Yeah, you don't want cheese.
Bacon, like, it's assorted. So, like I said, comment,
I don't have that one,
comment below. And if you're one of the first 12 people, I will be hand delivering it to your home. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was somewhat, I wouldn't say informative, but thanks for joining us. Okay, bye. I'm gonna keep eating.
Can I have some of your Dr. Pepper? Is there more in that can? Mm-hmm. Can I have it?
No.
Oh, okay.